the 7 times the Rams and Ravens have matched up, LA has only won twice. Week 17 brings you the latest matchup in the series, next on EA Sports.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does here at M&T Bank Stadium down near the inner harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. About ready to get us started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. Leading him out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age, it's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 116 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led by the Heisman finalist from a season ago, the rookie from Alabama, Mac Jones.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Now Jones. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're there spotting that football. He's going to be a foot or so short. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. It's not too often you see a holder putting that football down right on the midfield stripe. 60 yards, Charles, but a little bit too much to bite off there.
Yeah, it's good to show confidence in your kicker. That might have been just a little bit too much. I'll guarantee you, as you just noted, putting it down on the midfield stripe, the holder's thinking to himself, that's a long way. Probably not as confident as well.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
On second down, here's Barkley. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running left, it's Barkley. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now, after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Rosa's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3's in. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they were in field goal range last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A give running right is Chubb. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for L.A. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. The numbers for Brown from a week ago: 3 catches, 107 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Rashawn Gary, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The kick by McManus is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, they took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. These two teams all tied after 1. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Fields. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run for Nick Chubb. And a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. Completion here to Claypool. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Second and 11. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. Shavarius Ward in on the tackle. 6 yards left on 2nd down. To throw is Fields. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Rams on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10.
Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. A handoff, Barkley running left. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Fields. To the right and complete to Galladay. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Ravens bring out the field goal unit here. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Rosa's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Trying to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now a first down throw, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now it's Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Fields. Hearns brings it in. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still completed pass. If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Fields throwing again.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Linval Joseph. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. Rosa's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
This is Jakeem Grant.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Deion Jones. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. A give. This is Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there for L.A. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields lets this one rip toward Graham. And that is incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields.
And Graham's got it, complete. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the 1st. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot him. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got...
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off at the 13. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the
7-yard line in the red zone. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Second down, here's Barkley again. Barkley a first down and more as he'll take this up to the 22-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He's got Smith here. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Here's Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Rams offense getting the football back. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
But we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. Right back to Claypool, this time complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Deion Jones. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Riley Dixon now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Let's go. Let's do it. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, but into a really nice game. The last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. Running again with Barkley on second down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're looking at third and a few inches. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2 and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
They begin this drive with Chubb. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Rashawn Gary make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And you'd have to figure, and he got the ball quite a bit last drive, you see the numbers, that now they're looking to chew some clock. He's going to get it even more here.
I would think so because they have momentum going in their direction. They moved the ball that way on their last drive, and you know they're trying to lock this game down. But also, don't be surprised if they mix in a few passes along the way as well, so they can't just totally key on him on this drive.
Interesting. We'll see if that happens. Either way, looking to hold this lead. Let's see if they can do it.
Second and 5 now. Fields. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Returnable for Grant. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
It fights him off. He's going to take another shot here. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Jones finds his tight end Ingram. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Good call there on 1st down, and Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing Jones. Able to get away. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, when you've got a quarterback like this dead to rights, you got to make sure to wrap up. Instead, though, he breaks free and off he goes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here comes Grant on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the... And it's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. Jones from the gun on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. But he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Able to shake him off. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. He finds his man. Complete. That's Grant. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get it. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. He was brought down by Foyesade Aluakin.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Ravens, they get a critical 10th win on the year with 1 game left to go.